This is going to be a response to the video that Igor from the channel VitruvianPhysique put out yesterday about considering getting on TRT. And before we get into my thoughts, I would just like to say that I do very much like Igor. I've been watching him for a long time. I think he puts out great information. I think he's a great natural bodybuilder. And in case you don't know him yet, I really do recommend you go on his channel, you watch his videos. I'm sure there's plenty you can learn from them. So again, great channel. I like the guy, and I don't want this to come off as like a hate video. I'm not a hater, right? I subscribe to the guy and I will continue to watch his stuff. But I would just like to give my personal, honest, uncensored, unfiltered opinion on yesterday's video, because I do have a couple of things to say, and I don't know, this might be like a spicy hot take. Before I get into it, make sure that you have actually seen this video that I'm talking about. So I will link it in the description. If you haven't seen it yet, go watch it and then come back and listen to my thoughts if you wish. So getting into it, Igor put out this video yesterday, which was actually titled, "I'm considering getting on TRT." And today he changed the title. It's now "The Problems with My Competition Prep Blood Work," something like that. So he changed the title, but basically what the video entails is Igor did a blood test, and the very important point, which he does mention in this video, he's not hiding it, that's where I got this information from, but I just want to make sure it's extremely clear because this is so important. He did the blood test while he was on a natural bodybuilding competition prep, okay? So he does this blood test, and the result is that, some part of his hormone profile is basically suboptimal, right? It's not as good as it could be. But again, Igor did this test on a natural bodybuilding competition prep. So if you've watched his videos where he goes through what the prep was like, or if you have basically any knowledge about bodybuilding, and especially natural bodybuilding, you'll know that if you're dieting down to single-digit body fat, you're trying to get shredded as a natural, you're basically eating very little, you're training very hard, you're doing lots of cardio, it is completely expected that your hormones will go out of whack. That is 100% to be expected. I mean, I don't know why anyone would possibly be surprised by that outcome. So again, he does mention this, but I just think that should really be highlighted, guys, that if you're trying to get shredded, there are consequences to that. And if you watch his videos, he does talk about his struggles and how difficult it is and how bad it felt and all that stuff. So just keep that in mind, that Igor did this blood test on a competition prep. And it is not at all surprising that on a competition prep, his hormone profile would be suboptimal, right? So I would be very interested for him to repeat the test when he's not on prep, once he's been eating like a normal person for a couple months. And he does say that, before getting on TRT, obviously he's going to do that. So, thumbs up for that. But beyond that, the thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way with this is that Igor really just focuses in on this one result on the test, and he doesn't talk about any potential symptoms that he may have resulting from this, suboptimal hormone level. So you would think that if there is something clinically wrong with you, which needs a medical intervention as serious and as life-changing as TRT, that would manifest itself in some sort of physical symptoms, right? And I'm not just talking about physical symptoms that come on during a competition prep, because again, those are completely to be expected for any natural bodybuilder is going to suffer during a competition prep. But in the off season, once he's had a time to recover for a couple months, is Igor actually experiencing any symptoms of a bad hormone profile? Does he have depression? Does he have mood swings? Does he have libido issues? You know, obviously these are personal things and maybe he doesn't want to talk about them, but I think they are extremely important to talk about. And before one even considers to look at their blood work, maybe they need to consider whether they even need blood work, because if there's nothing wrong with you, you feel fine, you look amazing, you're on top of the world, you've got a great YouTube channel, a great business, you're making money, you look the best you've ever looked, you're young, you're in your early 30s, you know, why are you doing a blood test? Obviously, he's welcome to do a blood test if he wants to, but I think the reason here is quite obvious. You know, the guy has a sponsor. This website where he did this blood test, this is his sponsor. And this video, guys, there's no way around it. It's an advertisement, right? He's talking about his hormone levels and he's promoting a company that checked his hormone levels, and he's encouraging you to go get yourself checked with the same company. So that's the thing that kind of rubs me the wrong way. Like if he came on the video and said, look guys, I've been dealing with a bad libido, I've been dealing with depression, even when I'm in my off season and I'm not preparing for a competition, I feel just so bad guys, everything's, you know, it's not going well for me. And so I wanted to get my hormones checked, and maybe TRT is a solution for me. But that's not really what happened. Or if he came on a video and said, guys, you know, I'm done with this natty stuff. I want to blast through my natty ceiling, and, you know, I'm going to hop on cycle and I want to get huge and whatever. If he would have said that, I would disagree with it. I'd be disappointed, but I wouldn't be making this video. The reason I'm making this video is because he doesn't go into any of the potential symptoms or ramifications of this suboptimal hormone levels, and he just straight up, you know, encourages other people to go get tested, and is saying that from this result of this one test that he did while he was on competition prep, he's now considering getting on TRT. It just doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it feels like there's just something missing in the video. You know, if you're a healthy, young, active person that looks amazing, you have an amazing body, you have tons of muscle, you're strong, do you need to be doing blood tests? Do you need to be considering TRT? If that's what you want to do, then sure, go do it, you know, be my guest, but be honest about why you're doing it. And for me, this one result on a blood test without corroborating that with issues in your lifestyle, it just doesn't make any sense that he would be looking at TRT. Again, in my opinion, he's very welcome to do whatever he wants. I just don't think that young, healthy people have any need to be going around doing blood tests and then, you know, considering TRT. I just think that this kind of video and the way he put it out, I know that may not be his intention, and I know that he didn't say this explicitly, but the way I see this is that this kind of video, it just encourages people that may have absolutely nothing wrong with them to go get medical interventions that they might not need, which I think TRT is very often overprescribed and abused by a lot of people that basically just want to feel better about using steroids. So, you know, I think Igor from VitruvianPhysique, I think with this video, he's just kind of maybe putting a feeler out there about how his audience feels about him maybe going enhanced and not being natural anymore. And I think the response wasn't that great, because otherwise I don't think he would have changed the title. So, you know, I think he's maybe just planting that seed like, hey guys, you know, it might not be natural forever. So, you know, anyway, Igor can do whatever he wants. I just feel like, you know, there was a little bit of insincerity in this video, and I feel like it maybe has people get the wrong idea. I think it might encourage people that have absolutely nothing wrong with them to be using steroids. That's my honest opinion on it, guys. That's all I'm going to say. You know, look at Igor, look at the guy. He's got an absolutely dream physique. I'm sure anyone watching this video right now wish they would look like him. You know, he's got a top point whatever percent natural physique. He's really, really up there in terms of the naturals. and he looks amazing. He's got a great business. It looks like everything's going well for him. He's still young. He's only in his early 30s, and it just doesn't really make much sense why he would be getting on TRT. But he's very welcome to do so. I just want to put my thoughts out there and maybe counterbalance the whole thing a little bit. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments what you think. See you next time.